Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Washington Nationals March to October, and today is the big one, guys. Today is the day where we start our postseason run. Our very first postseason run of this series, and it's coming in year one. We started as the worst team in all of baseball, ranked 30th, and we are in the postseason in the first year. I kind of still can't believe it, especially when we were, 110 games into the season with a losing record. I was trying to manage all of our expectations and say, hey, you know what? This might not happen in this first season. We might actually have to take an extra season for the rebuild. But no, we managed to turn it around and we are here in year one. And because of that, because of me being wrong when I'm saying we have to manage our expectations, I kind of hesitate to say what I'm about to say, but there's part of me that feels like, again, we have to manage our expectations for this postseason run. Now, I think we've established, especially down the stretch there, as long as I'm playing good, we can hang with anybody. But when it comes to the Dodgers in this first series alone, it's, best of three. First team to get to 2 wins. And the Dodgers have the 5th ranked team in all of the MLB with the number 1 ranked pitching. So we have the toughest task we could possibly have with who we're going to be facing on the mound. So I usually in March to Octobers, I like to do a little bit of scouting, see what the other team is looking like before we hop into the series. So this is what the Dodgers are looking like, at least against righties. This is their starting lineup. They have Miguel Rojas and Miguel Vargas leading off. So they have their 2 weakest players leading off. But then it gets to the tough part. Freddie Freeman, Mookie Betts, Trace Thompson, who went crazy this season with 38 bombs. Will Smith, who's up to a 90 overall. JD Martinez, who apparently is playing center field. What? That'll be an adventure out there for them. But he had a pretty solid, 247 average, under 300 on base. That's not actually that great. Chris Taylor and Max Muncy. If I'm being completely honest, this offense does not scare me a ton. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't be saying that, but I don't know. I feel like this isn't like a crazy team that we have to face up against on the offensive side. But it was their pitching that was ranked number 1. So what are we going to see? Julio Urias is their number 1 starter in the rotation, up to a 91. He had a 2.88 ERA, only 166 strikeouts in 234 innings. He went 14-14, so not his best season. Walker Buehler is always tough to hit. He was a situation where he started the year injured, so he was stuck in the minors until September. They got to call him up in September and then keep him on the postseason roster. He didn't have a good season though in the 6 games he started. 6.5 ERA. Tony Gonsolin is up to an 88. He wasn't anything too crazy too. So honestly, man, even though their pitching is rated high, individually, nobody has had, even Dustin May, nobody has had like a ridiculous season. Clayton Kershaw got destroyed by regression, so he's hardly a threat anymore. We might not even see him because he's their 5th pitcher. Syndergaard wasn't that great. Is anybody in their bullpen a threat? Brewstar was good, but he hardly pitched. Caleb Ferguson was pretty good, so a tough lefty out of the pen. JP Fireeisen didn't pitch. Blake Trinan also didn't pitch. So what is going on here? Alex Vesia, solid but not much time pitched. And then Evan Phillips, he is pretty good. 43 saves, 50 innings-ish with a 1.46 ERA. We did get to him though. We had 1 game down the stretch where we had to make a comeback, or maybe it wasn't a comeback, or maybe it was. I think we were down 1 in the 10th and we won it without even making it out. So for anybody who skipped over or didn't watch the entire stat recap video, just real quick, what's going on with our team. We actually have no changes on the offensive side. The CPU didn't call anybody up for the postseason run, so our team is identical, which is perfect. And then on the pitching side, there was 1 call up, and it was Erasmo Ramirez is back for the postseason run over Trevor Williams. And then also the CPU reorganized the starting rotation. They had it just organized by overall, so Josiah Gray was actually either the 4th or 5th starter, but he was like our best pitcher of the year, so we can't have him just not pitching. So I moved him up to the 2 spot in the rotation. And then I also thought, since our 5th starter probably isn't going to pitch anyway, it might be helpful to have a lefty lefty in the bullpen, another lefty, so I put Mackenzie Gore out there. The only thing is I'm worried about the CPU making changes, so if they do decide to make changes and reorganize the starting rotation between each game, which I feel like they've done in the past, my changes won't matter. But let's hope that they don't do that, and let's hope that my changes stick. But it is now time to hop into the first game. We are down 1 with a runner on second and nobody out in the 5th. My plan for this episode is to play the first 2 games, regardless of what happens. So if we win both games, then we'll get the whole series in this episode. If we lose both games, same thing. If we split these first 2 games, then game 3 will be next episode. So let's not waste any more time. Let's hop into it. It's Keibert Ruiz up. Urias still on the mound with Dom Smith on second. Oh, and it's raining. It's raining for game 1 of the postseason. Come on. Oh, and I went first pitch swinging and I was a little late. Man, fastball pretty much right there. You got to be on it. Oh, and now we got to have a tough lefty-lefty matchup with Corey Dickerson. At least it's his clutch rating right now with the guy on second. And I pop it up again. That is, man, that's not a terrible swing. It's just such a tiny PCI that it doesn't look like a good swing. If that was like a Joey Meneses versus lefty size PCI, that's probably a good enough swing that he would have just hit it out like 450 feet. Oh, he caught the edge. Man, I worked that at bat to 3-2. That was a tough one, and he made a perfect pitch to end it. All right, well, rough start. We couldn't execute in our first inning, so we're going to have to do it on our own with no help, nobody on. And here comes the rain delay. We knew it was coming with the rain coming down like this to start. What did I find out? The best strategy is just to keep the current pitcher, because if he's out of energy anyway, you could just bring in a new arm. And he's still got some energy. I might try and get through this 6th with Strasburg. The rain is still coming down though after that delay. So like, have we ever seen in MLB The Show multiple rain delays in the same game? Because I don't think I have. That's a terrible pitch. Actually, it wasn't. That ended up being a good pitch, but terrible execution by me. Missed my spot like crazy, but it ended up in maybe an even better spot. And then a 1-pitch pop-up for Vargas. That's going to get our second out. Now this is where it gets tough, though, with Freeman coming up. Good thing we have 2 outs already. That's a good pitch to start. Abrams, he did get there, but I made a bad throw. I don't know if he's making that play anyway. There we go. Blow it past Mookie. I don't trust Strasburg to blow it past him twice, though. Circle change got him. Perfect pitching there from Strasburg. 3-pitch strikeout of Mookie Betts. And now we have Luis Garcia and then the top of the order. It looks like now it stopped raining. And look at that. It popped up for a quick second there. That's the only way in March to October's before the end of the entire season that you can see if anybody has won any awards. It popped up there saying Luis Garcia won Silver Slugger. Oh, no. And I was almost perfect on that. Just a tad early and a tad under. Lane Thomas, why does that feel like it's hit pretty good? Carry maybe? Ball? Oh, at the wall. Come on. Come on, Robles. Get on base for Meneses. We need somebody on when he comes up to hit the home run. That's going to get him on. All right. Even if you fielded that cleanly, you'd have to hope Robles is fast enough. Come on, Meneses. We have a runner on for you. They're leaving in the lefty. Ah, I hit another one on the ground, and he did field that one. 29 speed's not going to be enough. Man, I should not have swung first pitch, but that looked like a good one. Man, another 3-pitch strikeout to start the next inning for Strasburg. That's 11 for him in this game. This is probably his last inning, one way or another. So hopefully he can make it a good way. There we go. Nice weak grounder to second. Come on, Dom Smith is there. Good reaction. That's 7 innings for Steven Strasburg, only allowing 1 run. We got to get him the run support here. He can't lose this game. Oh, it stayed in the zone, man. Julio, calm down out there on the mound. Oh, and it's another rollover on a good pitch to hit. Oh, and another rollover. That, I just don't know what I was swinging for on that pitch. It's getting late here now. We only have 6 more outs to do something. We're going to go to Sandlin here in the 8th. Try and keep it where it's at. Oh, that's getting down fair. It gets all the way to the wall, too. That is not how you want to start out the top of the 8th when you're down 1 already. And that's getting through. We can't even make a perfect throw. Man, Dickerson really has no arm in left. That is pretty pathetic. That's shallow left, and it's so deep that the perfect throw chance doesn't even pop up. All right, we got him up the ladder for out number 1. This is actually probably going to be Sandlin's last batter here because Freeman's up next, and I feel like I can't face him with a righty. And that's going to get through. We got our ground ball. It was just hit to the wrong spot. Yeah, it definitely Sandlin's got to come out. This is the first bad outing I've had with Nick Sandlin, and maybe even with any of the pitchers we traded for throughout the year. All of them have been so locked down whenever I bring them into the game. That's strike 3. And we got another ground ball, but it's going to get through. We weren't throwing him out at home. This is, oh no, this is a disaster. Not feeling good about game 1 anymore, guys. There we go. We got Mookie striking out again. That's a big out. And there we go. Somehow froze Trace Thompson there. Not the inning we were looking for on the mound. I feel like I got to make some move here. Corey Dickerson. I don't want him facing a lefty anymore because they're sticking with Arias. We can get the first guy on here. Then it's Abrams and Garcia. They can do something. That was a fastball. I did not think that was a fastball. See, that's actually what I thought the last pitch was. And then it was a fastball, so that one I thought was another fastball, and I wasn't even close. And another slurve that I just missed one way or another. And we can't get our ground balls to squeak through. Abrams, that's just another one. My timing has been there like this whole game. It's just I'm just that far enough off of the PCI that my guys aren't going to hit it hard. That's what these number 1 ranked pitchers do. I mean, Arias, I'm sure, has a really high hits per 9. It's going to keep my PCIs small. So that's where it comes into play. But there we go. Luis Garcia gets a hit. 2 outs. Maybe we string something together. They're sticking with Arias. He has no energy. Lane Thomas hits lefties. This could be a spot to get one back. It's... Oh! How do you give me 2 hanging slurves in the same at bat? And I don't do anything with either one. I missed it? That one was clocked at 89. His slowest fastball yet. I'm sure I was all over it and just too early. I am going to Carl Edwards Jr. here to keep it where it's at. I don't know. At this point, I feel like we kind of have to be in bullpen preservation mode for game 2, which would be an elimination game. So I don't want to leave Mantiply in too long to waste all of his energy. There we go. There's out number 1. There we go. Another weak contact out, and Chris Taylor just has to make it a little bit tougher on us. Works like an 8-pitch at bat and then draws the walk on a check swing on a perfect slurve. There we go. We get Muncy striking out on a 3-2. Edwards does his job, did what we asked him to in that inning. Are they actually sending Urias out there for the 9th? Is that actually what's happening? They are. With no energy, they want him to get the complete game shutout. Okay, Robles has to get on, and it has to somehow keep Urias in the game. All right. Robles got on with a walk. Hopefully that doesn't take him out of the game. It won't. Meneses is up to face a lefty with no energy. Come on, Joey. No? Really? Center fielder JD Martinez is going back to make that play. Oh my God, Meneses, he almost did something huge. Look at that swing. It was the just late that did it. The circle change coming in at the same speed as his fastballs now, and I was just late because I waited back a little bit. Candelario, that's going to drop in. We're about to bring the tying run up to the plate, and Dom Smith has some big swings in that bat. And no shot. Run. No way that... there is no way that that just hit the pitcher wall in this spot. That was a rocket that is easily getting up through the middle. If it doesn't hit him in the foot, that would be a run, probably with a runner on first and second, still 1 out. But instead, we have 2 outs and the runners on second and third. That is heartbreaking. And Ruiz, I mean, he gets the hit to bring 2 home. We're not out of this yet. 2 outs, the tying run on first. We got to bring in some speed there. They're going to take Arias out. They're going to Evan Phillips, and we have Alex Call up. Okay, well, it's not going to be a ton of extra speed, but Ildemaro Vargas has 50 speed instead of Ruiz's 21. Alex Call is actually a decent guy to have up here. We did have Dickerson in the game, pinch hit for him last time. He probably would have been better in this spot. And he's wild. That's a 3-0 count to start. No shot. I was early. All right, we got the walk, though. We worked the count. It's CJ Abrams up now. It is actually a shame that it's his clutch rating now because he has such good contact against righties, but I think his clutch is a little lower. Hey, be wild to him, too. Walk him to bring Mr. Clutch up to the plate. I would not be upset with that. Abrams to the gap with a perfect swing. 70 speed. We have to bring him around. That's gonna score. There is no way that we just made that comeback. That is impossible. We were down 3-0 with 2 outs. We put up 4 runs. There is no way that that just happened. It was Abrams. We didn't even have to get to Mr. Clutch. I can't believe that we just came back and won that game. It almost doesn't feel real. Even when Ruiz got that base hit to get those 2 runs around, I still didn't think we had a shot. I can't believe that. I cannot believe that just happened. We're taking a 1-0 series lead against the Dodgers. We've come back against Evan Phillips twice now. The momentum doesn't matter at this point in the year. At least I've never found it to matter come playoff time. So game 2, what are we looking like? It's tied. It's 0-0 in the bottom of the 6th. And guys, I hate to say it, but I think I'm gonna have to call an audible here. I said at the beginning, I said my plan was to play the first 2 games no matter what, but I didn't really think about the actual current situation that I'm in. Because first of all, that first game took a long time, so that's like long enough to make an episode itself, but also I am very late to record and get this video up. So we may as well keep it suspenseful and leave game 2 and then game 3 if necessary for next episode. So yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do here. We're gonna call this episode 1 here. It ended on a great note, a huge comeback, and we are 1 game away from advancing in the postseason. So guys, as always, if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button for me. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button, man. You're not gonna regret it. But that is it for this one, guys. Thanks for watching today. Thanks for stopping by, and I will see you next time.